Hello, my loves! I am Colette Gallagher with Rich Girls Inc., your life balance and relationship coach. Today, I wanted to talk to you about love and about relationships and about romantic comedies and how, when I was younger, I used to think that you met someone, you fell in love, and you just magically stayed married for the rest of your life and everything was happy, or you met someone, you got married, and it was totally miserable, and that was it. Like, those were your choices. And so I got really curious about that because there was this contrast in my life between different family members that were happily married versus family members that were not so happily married, and with romantic comedies where you meet someone, you fall in love, and that's it, right? This is your person and you're with them forever. And I've been through enough breakups to know that that's not exactly the way it works. And so it made me want to study love and relationships and find out why these things happen. And so one of the things that I found out was that when you meet someone, if you're a good genetic match, then you're going to be super attracted to them. The chemicals in your brain are going to fire and they're going to cause you to feel it's like a drug. The same chemicals in your brain that fire when you're taking drugs, that's what happens when you're in love with somebody. This good genetic match that would make a good mate for you. And these feelings will last a couple years, sometimes anywhere between 6 months and 2 years. And then they fade. And so that's when people usually break up, is between 6 months and 2 years. They say the honeymoon period wears off, and then you're just like not into the person anymore. And so how do relationships last? Like, how do people stay married for 70 years and be madly in love like my grandparents? How does that happen when the chemicals wear off and you're not in love anymore? And so part of that comes from the fact that love is a choice. And so this is something that I wasn't aware of for a very, very long time, is that being in love and loving someone is a choice that you make every single day, chemicals or not. And so you need two partners that are going to wake up and choose to go through the journey of life together, no matter what happens, and they both have to make a choice and that commitment of, okay, no matter what happens, because life's going to happen, good, bad, right, wrong, things are going to happen whether you're alone or with somebody. And so learning how to navigate through life with your partner and still waking up and loving that person every single day is one of the keys that keeps people together. Another thing that keeps people together is respect, and really respecting your partner and the person that they are. So it's really important when you're super, super in love in the beginning and you think they're like the most awesome person, that little nagging voice in the back of your head about, ooh, I'm not so sure about their character, or they're kind of doing some shady things, I don't know if that's okay with me or not. Pay attention to those things, because you need to be able to really respect your partner as a person, regardless of whether or not you're in a relationship with them or not. Like, is this someone that you respect as a person? Because that's going to make a huge difference when you're having a bad day and you wake up and you just lose all respect for this person, or you didn't have any really to begin with after a few months. Another thing they don't tell you in romantic comedies is to take things slow. And this is something that I wasn't aware of for a very long time. Again, I would meet someone, I was like, wow, this person's awesome, start spending lots of time with them, and after 6 months or so, it was done. I was bored, I was over them, they irritated me, vice versa, whatever. So one of the things that I learned was that for the first 3 months, no matter how awesome and wonderful and sexy and great you think this person is, the first 3 months are the time to really take things slow and really get to know the person and meet their family and and meet their friends and see their life, see how they treat people, see how they treat people, the waiters and people on the street and animals, and see how they are when they're having a bad day. People rush into commitments. People want that guarantee. They want that, okay, I'm going to love you and you're going to love me and we're going to do this. They want that so badly that they rush into things and they think, again, I thought things are supposed to just magically work out, right? Love trumps everything, right? That's what happens in the movies. Everything just works out. But in real life, it's really important that you keep your head, you pay attention and try not to make any commitment for at least 3 months, no matter how awesome. It doesn't mean you have to date other people, although it might be a good idea just to make sure, because sometimes we start dating someone and we think that this is it, that no one else is, there's no one else out there for us. And then we get into that lack thinking of, wow, I better settle, I better really work on this, and you've already made that commitment to yourself and to the person, so it's harder to back out of it, and feelings are hurt and things like that. So it's way better to go into a relationship slowly, getting to know the person, seeing them maybe once or twice a week, and seeing how they are before you decide that you want to commit. And especially if you're someone like me, like I take my commitments very seriously. I'm very loyal. So if I commit to somebody, that's it. I'm going to try to find ways to work it out. And so then a lot of times it goes by